If I say to you tomorrow, take my hand, child, come with me. It's to a castle I will take.
Flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Roll call, please.
Supervisor Warner.
Here.
Treasurer Warner.
Here.
Trustee White.
Here.
Trustee Kent. Clerk Green. Here. No, go ahead and take 4.
I'll start with one.
Okay, approval of the agenda. Any additions or deletions? No? I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Everybody get a chance to read the meeting of the minutes from October 22nd, 2025.
I make a motion to approve the meeting minutes with one correction in the payables. And it's just a spelling error, so with that correction.
Yeah, who is it? Trustee?
I don't know. I'll second. Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Treasurer's report. That would be Vanessa.
In the general fund, we have $294,534.56. Did I say that wrong? $294,534.56. However, the total's not gonna change. In the first money market, the actual amount is $221,775. And in the checking account, actual amount is $37,363.23. Water fund is $114,157.90. Cemetery fund is $61,697.30. Road fund is $128,380.23. And the park fund is $44,722.99.
I make a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
I'll second. Roll call, please.
Let's go around a little bit. Treasurer Warner.
Yes.
Trustee White.
Yes.
Mr. Kent, absent. Clerk Green, yes. Supervisor Warner.
Yes. I'm down to pay some bills.
Big one. Huge. Our liability insurance. We budgeted for it, we just kinda heard us swallow an $18,000 charge.
Yeah.
I make the motion to pay the bills.
I'll second it. Roll call again, please.
Yep. Trustee White.
Yes.
Trustee Kent. Green, yes. Supervisor Warner.
Yes.
Treasurer Warner.
Yes.
Public comment. Anybody? Hang on, Phil. No, go ahead.
I'd like to thank Vanessa for correcting the stuff on the website about the meeting location for the planning commission.
I just handed the message to Gordon. So. can't take.
Well, it got
credit.
taken care of anyway.
Got-
Yeah,
well, anyway,
no.
Good job, Vanessa.
There was also an
Right.
airport error, but we got that corrected.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Good job. Bill?
Where are the property tax, bills?
Haven't been mailed yet,
I thought they went out on the first
December,
of December.
yes.
Everybody's asking, I have had numerous people ask me about that.
Oh, well, all I gotta do is call the office. I
Yeah,
haven't had any of them.
right.
But nope, they go out December 1st. They actually just went to the printer today.
Okay. Good?
I think so, yeah.
All right. Anybody else?
I was just gonna ask if the liability insurance, you guys at least get a full pay discount?
Yes, we do.
Okay,
Yeah.
good, good, good.
Yeah, no, we, yeah, we pay that annually, and we split that up, but, yeah, we knew it was coming.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do get a full.
Still hurts.
Good.
It does hurt.
It does still hurt.
Anybody else? No? All right. Moving on to old business. Park project, final steps, land procurement update.
Update, we had a preliminary final inspection today, getting the sink in and stuff. There was a couple things, we needed the push bars on the outside doors, that wasn't in the print. They're like, we didn't see that in the print, and it's like, yeah, it ain't in the print, but you gotta do it anyways. So they ordered them in, but what the deal was, the doors that came were the wrong gauge thickness. We stood behind, we want the right gauge that we ordered. They will be here middle of December, but they went ahead and installed a thinner gauge door temporarily so that we can get that part done. The new doors will fit right in the frames. They'll come and install them afterwards, no charge. I shouldn't say no charge, they're just gonna charge ahead of time to do that. And that'll be the last step there. And then there was some question about some insulation that wasn't, it showed some paper still, and the inspector was concerned anytime you show insulation paper, there'll be a kid with a lighter nearby. So we have to cover them with wood. But other than that, we're in great shape down there. They're just doing some touch up on the paint. They couldn't paint today outside, just as a blowing around, drifting water, but, yeah, we should have that thing nailed down Friday. So that's huge. And then that land procurement we talked about, last time I heard back from the state, she kinda didn't know what I was talking about, so I sent her a copy of the deed that shows that the state bought it for $1, and we like to buy it from them for $1. For those in the audience, we found a small square in the park that's owned by the state of Michigan, overlapping one of our lots, but I found it, so we'll get that straightened around. So, we'll see what happens there. I guess it's a long, drawn-out process, and it ends up going in front of the
Yeah,
legislature.
yeah.
So, that's the park project.
That's that. Okay. Still, other old business is the alley issue.
Alley issues. I went ahead and got a hold of our attorney on that alley because another citizen
You guys
came in.
get a copy of that, and I email it to everybody, but
Emailed
they
it
want
out.
to freshen up.
It's hard to open those emails on my phone.
Oh, yeah. Hello, in general, even if a street is dedicated to the use of the public in the subdivision plat, the township would have to affirmatively accept that dedication through a formal action, either a resolution, maintaining or improving the street, allocating money to maintenance and improvements of the street, etc. From your email below, it sounds like the township has generally not accepted the paper street, and the paper streets are unimproved and undeveloped. In that case, the township would not be responsible for the maintenance of these paper streets. An adjacent property owner who would like to take possession of a paper street needs to file a circuit court lawsuit to vacate the street and revise the subdivision plat, similar to the pending litigation with the Klaus versus Briley Township, that's all. If you have more questions or like a more formal legal opinion, let me know. In that case, I'll need more specifics. So, it is a paper street behind your place there, Craig. And we've never improved it. I couldn't find any resolutions in the past where we accepted it.
Accepted it.
So,
Never took maintenance of it?
It's one of them floating in limbo things.
It was accepted when it was given to the township along with the total plat.
Dedicated to the use of public in the subdivision.
It's no
plat.
different than the park, it's no different than up on Pettinger Road, the cemetery. You accepted the property,
We
and-
affirmatively accepted them,
yep.
but we have not affirmatively accepted that alley behind you, or.
Well, it
some
was
other alleys.
accepted back when they issued the plat. You don't have to accept it, every board doesn't have to accept it.
According to my attorney, we have to
Well,
accept it.
I'd like a copy of the letter from the
Right
attorney.
here. Anyways,
Do you know when that was,
When what was?
the plat, what you're talking about?
1883. You still got a copy of that?
that black,
Yeah.
black page, yeah,
Yeah.
somewhere here. So right under the
So
page.
with that, do you find any documentation from that?
I have not found any documentation, I did not go back to 1893,
1883?
83?
yeah.
Well,
If you look on that plat, up in
The
upper
plat says
right-hand
it's
corner, I
dedicated for
believe
the
it
public
states
use.
in there that it was dedicated to the township.
And it says, even if it's dedicated to the public in the subdivision plat, the township would have to affirmatively accept the dedication through formal action. And I'm not aware of any formal actions, we have not maintained them, we haven't even attempted to maintain
Well,
them.
as far as that goes, have you made any formal acceptance of all the other alleyways?
By some of them, we've maintained them, so that is an
That's
affirmative
accepted.
acceptance. That would include
You-
the alley in the park. and
But
the
you
other-
allowed an easement to go through there for utilities.
They probably didn't have us sign off on that easement.
Well, then it's an illegal easement, is that what
That
you're
would've been
saying?
right near that 1800 mark also, somewhere in there, when the electricity come through. The
No,
gas,
electricity was later on, much later,
was it?
yeah.
Yeah, a little bit, but I mean,
1920s when the REA
yeah,
got rolling.
but, yeah,
Straight.
Right now, my attorney says this, and we pay our attorney a lot of money, so.
Yeah.
So my question is, would those records have been burnt with the county? Would it burnt in the
it shouldn't have been,
40s?
it should have been township records.
Back then, I don't know how
No, we
those
burned the
records
township
were-
after we burned the county.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, remember the county moved all their records to the township hall, and then the township hall burned down in 30 or 32.
So I wonder if those records are even,
The archives
Acceptable.
might have them. The state archives might have them.
and what would it take to find that out?
Let me,
An email, hopefully?
maybe an email down to archives and see if they should be able to pull something up, or are they gonna make us search for 10,000 pages of documents?
Well, I'm just concerned that the documents were lost in the fires.
They very well might have been.
And what the ramifications of that would be. You know, cause what do we have to stand on in situations like this? I know we haven't maintained, and I know the attorney says that because we haven't maintained and we haven't formally accepted and blah, blah, blah. But what documents do we have to stand on?
And we don't have a document.
So hopefully they do. State archive.
The only document we really have is saying that they dedicated it to the use of the public.
Right.
But if we cannot find any documents that says we affirmatively accepted it, then there's no documents that said we did. And we haven't done any other things, maintained them, improved them, or even set a money aside for that.
And how would they, my other question would be is, how would there be a state archive on it when these fires happened early last century? And did we have the ability to make copies, and did they have archiving at that point?
Ooh, good question.
I don't know.
I don't know how far they go.
When did the archive start?
They might have, but probably not for us northern people up here.
Yeah, they'd have had Detroit from all the way back, but
Okay,
they may not have anything from Montmorency County other than there are some people up there.
Right.
2 or 3 of them up there in there.
I don't know, it would just be
Yeah,
good to have those answers.
That was 1898, the original plat went down, Craig?
1883.
Because I found a plat from 1870s, and there was 2 groups privately owned. One was McCormick Lake, and the other one was Lake 15. The city of Atlanta was still on state land at that time, or open land,
open land.
no owners.
Maybe the state's still responsible.
Oh, they'll run right up to that. The county has ran right up. Oh, we'll take it.
Yeah, no, nobody wants it.
It's a limbo thing.
Yep.
And that's what the attorney says. We run into this a lot. It's a limbo thing unless you guys have been
Right.
maintaining them or anything.
Yep.
And I said, I can think of several that ain't, because,
And we can't act either way. We can't act whether or not we leave them and let them grow, or we spend money to come down.
yeah, Mike was
Because we
asking
don't-
there at the insurance company, because there's an alley between him and the restaurant.
Yeah.
Elms there that are starting to lose their branches.
Yeah.
I told him the same thing. I said, well, if you cut them down, no one's gonna sue you. But he said, I don't wanna pay to cut that down. I said, I understand that.
Yeah.
Neither do the taxpayers.
Okay. Well, keep looking.
If you want, please.
I'll inquire.
Fire.
Inquire down here.
Okay. Next on old business is employee review.
This is a holdover on 50-cent
This is on
increase for Rye. We tabled it till tonight's meeting.
table it.
My question would be, were you able to look in the budget and see if there are funds and other line items that could be moved based on his, workload? What have you found out in the last 2 weeks?
I found in the road and the cemetery takes about 2,500 to $3,000 to clear the snow for the winter. And we are spent so far 12,000 or 17,500 in there. That would be two and a half grand right there. The other one is roads. We've hardly spent anything on roads this year. We've spent less than 1,000 so far, and there's 7,000 in that.
I don't know if we can do the roads though, cause that's a millage.
Cemetery is too,
Cemetery
and the
is
only
too.
way you could do it with cemetery is, can you, be able to document that there is that much, if we need $2,500, is he doing $2,500 worth of work from the cemetery? So does the sexton hours that he does do, would that equate to $2,500? Because if it doesn't, then we can't use that funding because that too
Oh,
is
okay, because that
millage.
has to be devoted to cemetery
Correct.
work.
When I looked at the budget, I'm concerned that the funds are not available to be able to do that. If you wanna look a little bit, I don't know how many hours he's actually spending on sexton duties.
Yeah, it'd be a stretch, go up to 2,500, I think.
And I am
Yeah,
also
I-
concerned going forward into next year, and it's something we need to discuss and talk about and figure out with the Headley Act being rolled back and our state funding, share being cut back.
Revenue sharing.
Do we have the monies available to even support that position when realistically, and I know Gordon, I dump on you all the time, but a lot of that is support for you.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to look at that.
we gotta look at the really big picture too, I mean, if it takes to cutting some hours, our township office is the most open in the entire county. Even Albert's only open from 8 to 1.
8 to 1, 5 hours a day or whatever,
Yeah,
you know.
for 5 days a week, and then like, Hillman's Mondays through Thursday from like 9 to 2 or something like that, and then the other townships are 1 day a week.
Okay,
So,
So,
I
I
mean,
mean,
I've been gauging the traffic through the door,
yeah,
we're getting 5 to 7 people a day. I don't know if we put a huge crushing blow to the township if we were closed 1 more day a week, or, you know, open Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or something like that. I don't know how much that would really inconvenience people.
shorter days, how many people, I mean, I've sat there, you know, come in and sat for somebody when they had to leave or whatever. And, the afternoons are pretty dull,
They're pretty yawny, yeah,
I mean,
we had
you-
2 today after lunch.
you know, after lunch, if you were, you know, even if you went to 1 o'clock or, you know, 9 to 1 or 9 to 2, you know,
I
you
think you'd
might
be able to catch most of your traffic.
catch most of the traffic
And even
between
if
there.
we put a later, like, well, I hate
You
to
know, there's
do it,
certain
but-
days that Vanessa's gotta be here all day,
Well, yeah, same with me,
You know, same
election
with
time and
elections and
stuff,
stuff
it's
like that.
3 days straight, I gotta be here.
so if we were to, you know, cut some hours, or,
What hours are you gonna cut? You guys are on salary, so,
The
Right.
administrative assistant.
Basically, it'd be just
Right.
administrative assistant.
it would just be the administrative assistant. And I say, a lot of what he does is kind of clerk duties. I mean, granted, your plate's full right now, just because of the way you fell into it. You know, you fell into a park grant, with a sunset on it, and then also the ice storm. But some of that's gonna come to a close,
I hope.
so, you know, so, not that your day's just gonna be empty. You
Oh,
got-
no, I
you got
encourage
nothing
that
to
kind of
do.
behavior, no,
But,
there's
you
always
know,
side work I
there
can
may
pick
be
up
some
here
of it
in the
that,
office.
that you could do, or, you know, I'd be willing to come answer the phone or whatever. I mean, I'm not here a whole lot because, well, you know, you feel kind of funny with 3 board members here all day. You know, now we got a quorum set here, you know, that's just,
We never
I-
make decisions.
we don't make decisions, but hopefully we're talking about things that concern the township, but, you know, it's just kind of one of them, you know. It's possible, I think, I don't know, so to get through the year, do you lay him off? You know, I mean, you're going into winter, how much more,
My concern is us figuring out where we're at with, as it is, when we funded that line item in April, we were short. And then to ask for an increase of the $2,500, we're that much shorter. So, where do we get what we need to make up what we're short now
hey,
until April? And what are we going to look at and adjust for in the next budget year? Because it's only gonna get a little bit harder because the state revenue sharing is being cut, to me, a substantial amount.
okay,
So, we have to, prepare financially for an unknown with those cuts.
hey.
And again, Gordon, I'm sorry to dump on you, but he is support for you in a lot of ways. There are things that I could do. I could come in after I'm done working and do some computer input. I'm not opposed to that. I think if we pull together as a board and try and be that support, we need to look at that. As to when we look at doing that, there's more input that needs to be had.
Well, and
I'm not.
as of right now, I mean, we're short, not the end of the year, end of the fiscal year, we're short.
Right,
So if there's not money where we can pull for his wage, I mean, what do you do now for what needs to happen?
We cannot legally go over budget.
Okay,
We have to be concerned about that.
so, I mean, like I said, it's,
Did you by chance double check that number to see if,
oh, his addition was correct,
yeah,
what he brought to the board?
I did not.
How many hours a week does he work?
32. And I think that number he had was for the whole year.
Right,
Yeah.
and that's what we budgeted for, was it?
Right, fiscal year, it should have been, so,
Which was, yeah, 31,000.
yeah, that's what I had written on mine. So, I mean, yeah, we got
34,632
34?
before taxes, before taxes.
Yeah, he had it at 33 and we couldn't make that. So,
I did make a copy as of November 1st, it's in your packet there. This is the whole budget. I'm not asking you to read it tonight, but I'm asking you to take it home, put it next to the toilet, and read it over the next few weeks here and start looking, because, I mean, everything's going up in price. Our liability insurance went up, our utilities are going up, everything's going up in price. Gas, tools, equipment. And then we also just picked up a park, and I don't know how that's gonna affect our insurance, but I did notify them.
Picked up on what?
A park project, we picked up some more stuff we need to insure down there, pickleball courts and things. And,
Equipment.
equipment, yeah, she didn't think it was gonna affect us that much, but she will check. But, it's not all roses ahead of us, that's for sure.
no,
No. It's gonna take some creative planning,
Mm-hmm.
because it is an unknown, and I don't think we're gonna have those answers before the next budget, but based on the percentage that was taken this year, I doubt that they'll take any less next year, so we need to figure in at least that percentage.
Mm-hmm. And add that across the line.
And if they don't take it, then bonus for us, we've got some,
right,
funds that can be allocated to the water system for future projects, whatever, but we have to be realistic that what we have this year may not be what we have next year,
right.
and most likely
And
will
we're
not be.
spending township funds, so, I mean, we gotta
Gotta answer to the public,
answer to the public,
not just you folks. All of you.
so,
More than defense.
yeah. It. So where do you wanna go with this for now? I mean, you just,
You did his
Yeah,
current wage, you didn't do the
current.
current.
So I think that we take a really hard look at what we have here right now and formulate a plan. And
Years going.
go into it, and whatever it is that we decide to do, if we are that far off in our line item budget, we have got to have a plan in place for January 1st. Because that gives us 4 months within our budget, that if we don't spend the money, we're okay.
so you got the month of December to
The rest of this month in December to
get 2 more meetings to
see if there's funding that
try to
can
nail
be
something down.
transferred, and if not, January 1st, let us know how we're all gonna help us out.
I already got some work for you, I'm gonna send your direction.
Okay.
I gave Dan some work, but he's not here.
Send it to
Okay,
me.
yeah,
So I think in order to be able to make a plan and be able to affect it by January 1st, next board meeting, we have to have these numbers done. we have to be able to be.
Well, these are
black and
up-to-date numbers, right?
Yeah,
These are.
these
Yeah.
are as of November
white. Being
first.
able to go through and say, based on job duties, where can we pull from? Because we can only do it by job duties, and so that's, just to meet this budget, we're looking at 4,000. So, we have to have $4,000 that we can move just to meet where he's at today without a raise. So, do we have 4,000 we can move? I don't know.
Yeah, it might be either, but it'll be nickel and diamond stuff, $50 from here, $50 from there, I mean, the
Well,
supervisors.
it's still gotta be his duties, I mean, it's
Right.
just,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta,
And especially.
you gotta follow it, follow the
Especially
money
if
trail.
it's taken from cemetery, water, or roads.
Any of them,
because
that's
they're
be devoting
villages,
time to that, yeah.
and we have to stay within the village,
Mm-hmm. And document it.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So,
On his timesheet, is there where he can kind of more specify his time?
Not right now, but we can certainly break it up like we do with the DPW.
Well, and, I mean, you know, even like for the cemetery and stuff, I mean, you know, you just never know when somebody's gonna walk in the door, and you're gonna spend 5 minutes with them, or you're gonna spend 15 minutes with them, I mean, if they have
Or 3 or 4 hours, 2
if
people.
they have all the documentation, they come in and go, here, you know, Uncle Joe needs to go, you know, out and visit Aunt Betty, you know, it's one of them things, it's just, if they have everything, it's easy peasy, it's fairly quick. But if you have to do a bunch of paper chasing or go back in the archives to find out where Uncle Joe is, so that, you know, I mean, there is, but if he's been keeping track of time that he's been spending on it, you know, and again, I mean, where do you go from here, because if you're gonna start pulling that kind of funding, do
it's a
you,
lot.
do you go back? I mean, like I said, I mean, most
That's a lot of
everything is,
tracking.
right, you gotta track it. So, yeah, it's gonna be a,
I would
gonna be
suggest
tough.
that we have a plan in place.
right, get a plan.
2 weeks.
Am I understanding it right that you're saying that the current budget didn't allow enough money for him to be paid until the new budget comes in?
Yeah.
You guys didn't allocate enough money for his wages?
I may have misspoke on that. From, the budget runs April 1st to December,
Right,
correct?
yep.
Okay,
March
so,
31st.
I'm sorry, March 31st. But fiscal year is January to December. So I am sure that our line item is okay, but with the going into January to December of next year, because there's that 4-month layover in the fiscal, the
Versus
calendar
year.
year versus the fiscal year,
Yeah.
that's where I'm concerned that the monies aren't going to be there.
Oh, cause he's paid on a fiscal year basis.
Correct.
Right,
And we're budgeted for
Yeah.
he's paid on a calendar year and we budgeted for a fiscal year,
Yeah.
and where are those funds, and that's what we need to look
I
at.
was wondering about
So,
that. Was he
It's
just
tough.
hired this year?
a year ago,
yeah, that'd
this
be,
month,
yeah, we started in November of last year.
And he got one raise
yes,
already.
At
correct,
90 days, he got a raise.
Okay, so that's a typical procedure, a 90-day,
Yeah, 90 day
raise.
review,
okay.
yep,
which, once it was brought back up, made us have to stop and look at our budget
Mhm.
going forward,
Yep.
which now brings
right. So
all
now,
of this angst.
Mhm.
yep, so now he's been here a year. And,
Mhm.
And it's not to say he's not worth it, cause he, you know,
right,
Right,
he's a valuable employee,
right.
yet we have job responsibilities.
Right.
Yes, yes, your hands are tied.
yep, you gotta make sure that it's there, can't spend money you don't have,
By law.
or by law. Well, I'm told the same thing at home, so.
Yeah, by law.
By law.
She put down the law.
Could he
So, I mean,
actually, instead of doing like 32 hours here, could he actually do like 2 or 3 hours at the cemetery, whatever that might be, and then it would really be cemetery work, but I don't know what that means. I don't know what that
Yeah,
entails, I don't know what
Yeah.
cemetery work
You
is.
have the DPW cemetery work,
Okay,
and then you have, within the office, you have the sexton and the, you know,
There's some
that work.
administrative stuff that, you know, you
so you can't just give them a rake and tell them to go out to the cemetery?
Well, then you
No.
have liabilities,
Yeah.
workman's
Oh,
comp
yeah, yeah.
liabilities, and I mean, it
So,
just opens a
it
huge
all,
Yeah.
it all changes.
Yeah.
which we can't
So,
open.
you keep digging. Okay. We good with that?
Yep.
Find out some more information?
Not spending money, no motion needed.
Yeah, okay. Security cameras,
I laid that on Dan.
did you?
Dan called this afternoon and said he's really getting close to finishing a project up and he'd like to get it done before deer hunting.
Okay,
So I told him, well, we're just gonna cast aspersions on his character and move on.
okay.
But he's looking into security cameras, there's a couple
Alright.
different ways to look at that, so. Anyways,
All right, so we're moving on past that. That one was easy. Okay. The next one, I got the last song. All right, so is it all just MIO?
my old PDAP,
My old PDAP, well, that's what I was going with, but that can't be it, it's an MIO PDAP grant.
Michigan Infrastructure Organization pilot. It's a pilot program where they're making money available up to $50,000 for communities with road or water issues to do some pre-engineering or some pre-work so that they can apply for federal funds.
That'd be great for our water system.
It would be great for our water system. Before we go through further with it, I'd like the blessing of the board to follow through with it. I already took the first class, which was, they set up a new portal to run it through, because they have a new portal for everything. And there was a whole class on just how to get into the portal and how to run the portal. Kelly Carl, who helped us with the park project, is with SEMCOG. She also did the class, and she's gonna help another couple communities with this. So I'm gonna meet with her on Friday at 11 a.m. and we're gonna look to see if this might be a fit for Briley Township or not.
Is there a match?
I'm sure there is.
Yeah, there always is.
There always is.
Yeah,
But,
them 100%
you know,
grants.
sometimes we can get scholarship matches and things like that too. I mean, we are an impoverished community, so. But, at least, if nothing else, it'll network us with a few people and, help us a little bit further down the line, cause yeah,
I mean, if
that's,
it's not too much, I mean, we're sitting at 114 right now.
yeah, I know.
And can that be used for that,
That's why it
based on
Yeah.
the water millage?
And the other
Water isn't a millage.
haunting thing is what other surprise costs we have coming up in the next 4 or 5 months.
Yeah,
That's just from our
yeah, you wouldn't wanna use it all.
water payments, and I try and throw as much as I can in the money market so we can get that interest. So,
So,
trying.
I give you the okay to, dig a little deeper with it.
Okay, I just wanted the board to be, I don't think
Oh,
there's a
yeah,
formal
well.
motion or anything, we're not spending money or
Yeah.
anything, but I just wanted to let you guys know I'm investigating it.
Oh, that would be great, yeah.
Yeah,
We need to start trying to build a safety net for that water system.
okay.
Would you have any objection, Gordon, to the debt meeting, Friday 11? Just planning?
You can, I think it's gonna be basically how to fill this form out, how to fill that form out, but if you wanna learn how to fill forms out,
No, but I wanna understand.
okay, yeah, I don't see a problem with that. Anyone's
Is
available.
it gonna be here?
Yeah.
Okay, Friday 11?
Mhm.
All right, thank you.
Okay, moving on. Risk reduction grant playground.
I talked to our insurance person the other day, and I told her what we had going on down there, telling her about our pickleball courts and stuff, they're gonna need to add some stuff to our insurance, and she said, what'd you do to the playground? I said, we put a rubberized surface down. She goes, we have a $5,000 risk reduction grant for doing something like that.
Well,
But the
thank
window
you.
isn't open right now.
Oh,
As soon
no.
as the window opens, she goes, I'll get you the paperwork and we'll get you $5,000 off.
You're so close, you missed it by
Yeah.
this much.
No doubt. I think it opens in February. Anyways, I was gonna let you guys know, I'm going for that.
Yes,
Okay,
is there a match? No, wait.
No match on that. That's straight 5,000 from power plant. So our kids can bounce instead of scrape.
yeah. Do you know anybody that's tested it so far?
I have not fallen down on
Frankie did,
Frankie did?
he bounced.
There you go, that's, well, if anybody was gonna be our test pilot, well, it'd be him.
it. Yeah. Stand on the
Have you
top
walked
bar.
on it?
What?
You bounce.
You do, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You do bounce.
Yeah,
It's crazy. People walk
I
around.
asked
Yeah,
him if
take
he
a
was-
bounce.
Yeah.
Take a hop.
He
You can hop on it.
no, he would be a good one for it.
Yeah, 6 inches, kid, great job.
All right, marijuana, oh, next on the agenda.
Yep.
Marijuana ordinance update.
I sent you guys the email I got from Denise. It was and I'm glad she caught it, but it was a comedy of errors that happened there.
Yeah,
We had a public hearing on it, and we made the proper adjustments, we adopted the zoning on it and everything else, and then we went through and updated our zoning ordinance, and that all went through, and we adopted that, and went all through the procedures and everything else, and we missed it by 1 day. The marijuana change went into the ordinance on the 10th. The new ordinance went into effect on the 11th, which canceled out the old ordinance, which canceled out that amendment we made by 1 day. It was one paragraph, and I talked to Denise, and she said you can easily slide that into your commercial marijuana ordinance. So, I have at the bottom of your package here, ordinance to amend the commercial marijuana establishments ordinance to add the provisions for marijuana grower. That was the original amendment to the zoning ordinance.
so basically, nothing has changed, we just need to,
We haven't changed it,
re-amend.
we've had the public hearings and everything else, we just need to amend it to show up in the
re-amend the
marijuana
amendment.
establishments ordinance instead of the zoning
And
ordinance.
to date, we have none, right?
Was that?
And to date, we have no commercial growers.
Yeah,
We do, we have one.
Oh,
Mhm.
I was unaware.
me too.
That's how well it's,
it's well hidden,
yep.
it's been inspected.
It's behind fencing, you cannot see it from a road or adjacent property, there's no light on it. The setbacks, he meets all the conditions here. But yeah, there is one.
But nobody's complained about the odor.
No,
That's
I don't think there's anyone to complain about the odor.
No.
He is way out in the middle of nowhere.
way out.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion. To update marijuana ordinance.
No, sorry, yeah.
Okay,
Do we have to do a roll call? I think we do.
I believe we do.
All right, we start with me,
I think so.
Court Green, yes. Supervisor Warner,
Yes.
Treasurer Warner, and Trustee White.
Okay,
Thank you. That'll make that go much smoother.
on down to board statements. Gordon, you been anywhere?
I can start this out. I'd love to illuminate you on what happened to the planning commission meeting, but I was gone to a Presqu'île meeting,
Yeah,
their special clerks meeting they have. I like to bring good news, but there's not a lot of good news going on up there right now. They did that $20 surcharge, which isn't quite covering the interest on that $150 million loan. But they're still fighting FEMA to get some money from that, and we'll know later on that. But they've already looked at the underlying financial position of the company, the corporation, had some step increases over time to get them back to their equity liability line they're looking at. So what we're looking at right now is a 2.1 cent increase per kilowatt hour next February, and another 2.1 cent per kilowatt hour the February after that. And we do not know when the $20 surcharge per meter is going to And until, if ever, yeah.
if ever, yeah.
So, it wasn't cheery news, but it is a cooperative. The alternate isn't pretty, we should just go bankrupt and be done. They did a lot of work. The 3,800 poles they replaced, someone questioned about, you were replacing poles? He goes, we were replacing 500 a year. But you gotta remember, we have 67,000 poles out there, and the fact that we only dropped 3,800 in the storms are pretty, that's a testimony that they're trying to say on top of it. That's less than 5% of those poles went down, thankfully. Because we'd have really been in hurt if we'd have knocked more poles down. So anyways, it was an enlightening meeting, I'm glad I went. It wasn't super good news, but it's news, and they wanted me to report back to you that information. In other news, me and Evelyn went to a leadership intensive class down in Briley, which wasn't what I thought it was gonna be, but it was very good. It was pretty intense. But part of it was, they broke us off into groups of 2, and you had to discuss an issue, and for the first 5 minutes, you had to listen.
Right.
Which a lot of people don't know how, it's an art. We actually spent an hour talking about how to listen properly. And then the second 5 minutes, you did it and they listened, and you went around the room and did this with various people, and it was enlightening. Man, I'm kinda glad we're at Briley Township. That lady from Peninsula Townships,
Yeah,
they're the ones that got
rough.
sued for 50 million, so
yeah.
they're in rough shape there.
But the other nice thing about that learning opportunity was there was such a diverse group of people and positions in different government entities as well as other nonprofits and things.
There were townships, there was counties, we had county treasurer there.
Oh,
It was so diverse to hear all of the different challenges that each level is up against, and then to be able to help problem solve through. It was an amazing class.
good.
And then, I got this just today, so I just put it in my board report. A letter from the Great Lakes Dual Sporters. Basically, they sent a copy of their proof of liability insurance and appreciating our letting them use the snowmobile trail across part of our property. But he sent us this update. The snowmobile trail through town was rerouted last season, running in front of Chatters, Mount Easy Mark, and Freddy's along the highway. Not ideal, however, we ran out of options. We continue to look for better ways to keep a trail connector through town that provides access to local businesses as safe and least disruptive as possible. A year ago, our club provided the opportunity to lease property and heated building to base our operations from. We are starting our second year in the facility on M33 next to the laundromat north of town, and it's worked out exceptionally well for our needs. The ice storm that hit our area in March took months to recover from. We've cleared hundreds of miles of trails and put thousands of hours in doing it. You've seen firsthand the devastation. This was simply amazing. Last year's snowmobile season saw better conditions than the previous year. However, we're still hoping for better conditions this winter for the sleds and the tourist dollars they bring. Our club has numerous special projects that we do in addition to our normal maintenance work. Maintenance includes trimming signs. This year we also installed 140 tons of gravel in various sections to improve the trail, reduce ruts, and make things safer. Another project involves stump grinding, where we remove trailside stumps that were left from previous timber harvest activities. Removing these obstacles makes the trail safer for riders, as well as eliminating damage to our grooming equipment from impacts. We continue to grade the ORV routes in the area through the ORV program with our motor grader during the non-snow months. Weekly grading helps keep the trails in better shape and in turn encourages ORVs to stay on those routes and discourage traffic from other roads. The DNR also has us grading other trails near Grayling and also Johannesburg. Starting the snowmobile season with smooth trails from our grading work makes a huge difference in the quality of trails year round. And then he sent a couple pictures of complete devastation in the trail after they opened it up. But on a related note, I had the DNR stop in one day, and they were talking maybe some alternatives to town here. And one of the things they're looking at possibly is we have that little square of state land down there behind the school. And he said there may be some monies available if we can squeeze a trail in next to Freddie's parking lot. They will throw another bridge in there to come down the state land, jump across the creek, come along Freddie's parking lot, and jump back across the creek. And he was kinda curious if we'd be interested in going in that direction. And I told him, none of the Briley Township's property is there.
Right.
We've got no skin in the game, so go for it. So,
Have they looked at that? Cause that's a good drop. from
it
Freddie's
is, oh
parking lot.
no, that'll be some there'll be some retaining walls involved, that's for
Yeah.
sure.
Well, and I-
It's pretty narrow down in there for two-way traffic.
I don't think you're gonna get two-way traffic, if you put a
Yeah.
red light
Well-
detector
That's the
system
problem.
or
How do
something.
you stop it and start it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, and I also know the guy that plows that parking lot, that's where a lot of the snow goes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, snowmobiles around, they don't get it. Deeper the better.
Okay.
Anyways, I just
So-
wanted to bring that to you
Yeah.
folks.
Reroute the creek,
Yeah, we're gonna have to for the big new overpass anyways.
yeah,
Thinking in the future, Interstate 33, 32.
yeah. Okay. Anything else?
No, that should beat me up.
That's it? Alright. Vanessa, you been anywhere?
I don't know.
Go tomorrow?
But a friendly reminder is, next month is our annual meeting. Oh, were you gonna talk about that? I'll shut.
Sure, no, that's all right, let me,
Mine.
scratch that off there. If you wanna pass that around a little bit, so everybody has one. Evelyn might wanna know some dates, or
They already have it.
who
Who's hosting one?
who hosted, on what, ambulance, fire, and airport. Okay, go ahead,
Wow,
What else
how
you
am I
got?
gonna do that? I go tomorrow.
you go tomorrow.
There.
Well, if you can read through the darkness here, it says that the airport board meeting starts at 5:30, the fire at 6, and the ambulance at 6:30. On the 11th, I don't have a date on it, cause this is how it is, but I could help you out with your,
Calendar reading?
No,
Okay,
but that's what time our normal meetings start is 5:30. I gotta bring that up to the meeting tomorrow.
okay,
Eat.
on the 11th, I dug up some information, it's the second Thursday of the month in December,
So we'll
which
have-
makes it the 11th.
So we'll have our meeting. on the
Right,
10th.
well, our meeting on the 10th, and then, so,
Bring cookies, cause I guess we're doing the airport.
yeah,
So we need to bring a snack.
I don't know. It's-
It just appears.
yeah, sure, why not? I love homemade cookies.
And cheese.
I don't know about anybody else,
Won't object.
but, okay,
Did you hear me, Kenny?
what's that?
Got cheesecake?
In that crowd, it might not make it to Kennedy.
Yeah. Stop.
My elbows are strong.
Is that all you had?
Yeah,
You don't wanna hit on this other one?
no,
I have done, okay.
I don't know what you have down there.
Looking. Evelyn?
Meetings next week, and Gordon was kind enough to call about the others, so.
I had a fire meeting last night, we got a working budget. I have it, if anybody wants to see it, if not, you'll see it on the 11th, if you want it beforehand, I'll get it to you.
You donate a bunch of money to Briley? To cover things?
No, yeah,
That's right.
but we did, work on a budget. We got one that we can deal with. Everything else is going good at the fire department. I have one more thing, just to, more of a FYI. It's that time of the year, and Gordon and I sat down today and looked to see if there was any appointments that we need to make, or reappoint anybody. And the only one that's up this year is Phil's position on the planning. Everybody else, board of review. What else was
Sort
it?
of review,
Board of review, tax,
ZBA-ish.
ZBA-ish is good, and, plan,
Airport, is the airport good?
airport's good, as long as you still wanna stay there.
I don't have a choice.
We can reassign.
Okay, yeah,
Nobody
right.
wants to do what I
Want to
do.
reassign or whatever.
We'll do that at the beginning of the
Okay,
year.
so I mean, I think in the years past, we put a blurb in the paper,
Asking for applicants.
so that does cost money. I need to okay to put that little,
I make a motion to put an ad in the paper for letters of interest in the planning commission chair.
alright,
I'll second.
all in favor? Alright,
Is that a race for it, or can we, because we're spending money?
yeah, if you do a roll call,
We can. Who did I start? I started, so it's you, Supervisor Warner.
yes,
And then Treasurer Warner,
Yes.
and then Trustee White,
Yes.
and then Clerk Green, yes. Motion carried.
okay. Back to, everybody good? Public comment?
I just have one question. Will the ad for the planning commission be specifically for the chair position or just for a?
No, that's determined at the first meeting. It's just an opening.
Okay.
So do I need to amend that motion? 'Cause
No.
I did say specifically chair.
No, did you?
Did you,
I just had job opening for
Right,
letters of
job
interest to the
opening.
planning
So
commission.
I amended to open position for planning commission.
Okay,
Okay,
we need to be voting on that.
you wanna, yeah,
Supervisor Warner,
yes,
Treasurer Warner,
Yes.
Trustee White,
Yes.
Clerk Green. Okay, same
on
results.
the amended motion, okay,
I have a question
alright,
that just popped in my head. Today at work, there came an email across, it's like state level, what we're looking at, blah, blah. And it talked about, the new marijuana tax that has been agreed on in the budget for the roads. There's an increase in marijuana and the tax to pay for roads. And the possible ramifications of that, which would be a decline in overall taxes collected because of people going, nope, not doing that. So, that's another thing that we need to keep in mind is what we have gotten historically in the past could very well be less this coming budget year. From what the article says, by a lot.
oh, by a lot,
Because they're fully expecting if the lawsuits that are now against the state to stop that tax from being started, if that is not successful, there's speculation that people will just go back to how it was prior to and not necessarily go to the establishments.
Was that a 24% tax or something like that? It was pretty steep.
It's really steep. So, that's another thing we need to keep in mind as an
Another-
unknown.
Another reduction in revenue.
wow,
Keep getting hit from both sides.
Yeah,
Bills
yeah.
and less revenue.
anybody else? Nothing? I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.